Walter sat in his favorite chair by the window, the afternoon sun casting warm rays across the room. But warmth was a fleeting sensation. He felt only the cold grip of confusion tightening around his mind. The world outside seemed so familiar, yet so distant, like a fading photograph. Trees swayed in the gentle breeze, their leaves whispering secrets he could not grasp. It had been years since the doctor had first mentioned the word dementia. The word hung over him like a tightening noose, threatening to suffocate his thriving mind. At first, he fought it, determined to cling to his memories. But now, he found himself struggling to remember what day it was, or why he felt such an aching emptiness in his chest. "Walter!" a voice called from the kitchen, vibrant and filled with warmth. He turned, expecting to see his wife, Margaret, bustling about, her apron tied snugly around her waist. But the kitchen was empty, and the voice faded into silence. "Margaret!" he called out, the name tasting foreign on his tongue. He rose from the chair, legs unsteady, and shuffled toward the kitchen. Each step felt heavy, like wading through mud. The world around him shifted as he moved, the familiar walls of his home warping and twisting, transforming into a maze. In the kitchen, he found a pot simmering on the stove, steam curling toward the ceiling. It was a comforting sight, but something felt off. The pot was empty. Hadn't Margaret been making his favorite stew? He turned, searching for her, but found only a vacant kitchen. The walls began to close in, the room shrinking until he felt like he was gasping for air. Panic surged as he stumbled back into the living room. He needed to find her, to escape the suffocating fog that clung to his thoughts. "Where are you?" he shouted, voice cracking. "I need you." Silence answered him. In his mind, images flashed like a broken film reel. Margaret laughing, their wedding day, their children playing in the yard. But with each memory came a creeping dread. Had she left him? Had he forgotten something important? Walter sank back into his chair, trembling. The sunlight streamed through the window, but it no longer felt warm. It felt like a spotlight, illuminating his growing isolation. He closed his eyes, willing the memories to return, but they slipped away like sand through his fingers. Days blurred together. The light outside shifted from dawn to dusk without him noticing. He began to find himself in strange places: the grocery store, the park, lost, bewildered, unable to recall how he had gotten there. Faces passed him by, smiles exchanged, but they felt like shards of glass cutting into his confusion. "Do I know you?" he would ask, and the strangers would look at him with pity before moving on. One evening, he found himself outside, the moon glowing high above, illuminating the world in a silvery sheen. He walked down the street, the scent of blooming flowers filling the air. He felt drawn to the garden at the end of the road, where he had planted daisies with Margaret years ago. As he knelt in the dirt, fingers grasping the soil, a sudden wave of clarity hit him. He remembered her gentle touch, her laughter like music. "Walter, my love," she would say, "always find your way back home." But the moment passed, and darkness crept in again. He looked around, disoriented, the familiar street now alien and menacing. "Margaret!" he called, desperation clawing at his throat. "Help me!" A figure appeared in the distance, a silhouette cloaked in darkness. Walter's heart raced as he stumbled toward it, hope igniting within him. But as he drew closer, the figure shifted, revealing itself as a memory. Margaret, her face soft and sad, fading away like mist. "No!" he cried out, reaching for her. But she was gone. The night swallowed him whole, and he collapsed onto the cold ground, alone in a world that had lost all meaning. Walter was left to wander the labyrinth of his mind, forever searching for a home that existed only in the fragments of a life he could no longer hold.